Hi guys, Jared here with Day Traders FX. It's time for the daily video update, and we've got some pretty exciting, crazy things to look at pretty much across the board, mostly dollar related. But we are going to focus a little bit on the euro dollar once again today because there's some important developments that are happening. One thing I want to point out, as you guys have seen, the markets are going kind of crazy. The dollar is getting crushed. You can see that the Dow and S&P are down pretty big amounts, about 200 points, a little over 200 points down on the Dow, and S&P is down about 23 points. So pretty big down days, nearly 1.5% on both those markets. That's pretty tough. Gold is up a good chunk. We've seen that up over 2% today. So it's been interesting. You can see that there's been some news that has come out and kind of confused markets just a little bit. We did see retail sales, which was pretty good for the UK. That caused a nice rally on the pound pairs. We saw that the CPI and the unemployment claims came out good. The CPI data came out as expected for the U.S., and unemployment claims came out the lowest that they've been since about 2007. So again, we're always looking for clues about the tapering and what the Fed might be up to. Philly Fed Index came out a little bit worse than expected. Just quickly, tomorrow we have building housing starts for the U.S., which is a decently big deal, so that'll be worth keeping an eye on. Okay, so the euro dollar, if we just look at the 1 hour chart real quick here, we see that this was from the unemployment claims, which came out much better than expected. We saw the euro dollar end up dropping overall just about 100 pips. It has since turned and rallied up 125 pips and as high as 140 pips from the lows of today in just the last couple of hours. Now, there's a couple of things that are important to remember here. Number one, we still have a missed weekly pivot down here at 131.20, and that's going to be a great target. But the euro dollar has kind of done some interesting things here. Number one, there's definitely some bargain shoppers down here at the bottom picking up some of these lows, and so that's expected. You can see that we have a pretty nice hammer on this 4 hour chart, which bounced perfectly off of that 200 moving average on the 4 hour there. Here's one thing that I'm decently concerned about, and I'll tell you what I'm going to do in this type of a scenario here. Number one, I'm definitely concerned about the fact that the euro dollar is going to finish with this very bullish candle right here on the daily chart. We make a new low and we finish with that kind of a bullish candle. That is a recipe for a very high possibility of a bigger move up. Now, I'm not looking for this move up to be huge. Remember, retail positions currently are about 30% long euro dollar, meaning there's 70% of traders are short euro dollar. So there's got to be some of those stops taken out. Our key levels that we're watching right now are 134.00, which is the high of the month of August, and 134.16, which is the high of the month of June. So I'm watching both those levels, and I am fully expecting 134.00 to be tested, 134.15, 16 area to be tested, and I actually think we're going to get a little break above that just to clear out all those trades. We've been waiting for all those shorts to get cleared out, and I think that's going to clear them out, and I'd actually really ultimately like to get short around 134.15, 20, 25 area. I think that's going to be our spot to get short euro dollar. So just above this 134.15 is where I'd like to get in, with stops above 134.50. So I don't think we need to risk a whole bunch getting into this thing, but I think we're going to have a nice little move there. Remember, we've still got this big downtrending movement here on the weekly chart. Now, it looks like we may end up, we'll see how the week closes, we may end up with a little bit of a pin bar in this weekly chart, and that'll be something to keep in mind. We may be staring a breakout to the upside right in the face. So we have to keep that in mind, but it'll be worth risking a couple of pips on that move up. But with this kind of a daily candle, I would be very, very shocked to see this not at least test 134.15, if not break that just a little bit. So what we're looking for here is we're going to be looking for opportunities to get in on those bounces and fades. The market's going to need to come back and take out some of these levels. We have missed daily and weekly pivots that are way down here that need to get hit, and the euro dollar doesn't typically go very long before taking out those weekly pivots. And this one is very clearly missed back here, and we're already 3 weeks into that missed pivot. So let's hang tight. Let's see where this goes. We're definitely going to have some good resistance at 133.45 and you know, at 134.00, but I just think we're going to get one more push higher. So even getting short at 134.00 I don't think is a bad idea, but I do think we're going to see probably 134 25, 35 get tested sooner than later. So that's what I'm looking for. Still looking to get short up above these levels. I'd like to get short just above 13400, and I think that one is going to be tested. So we have some good moves in the works. I'm pretty darn excited about it, and I'm glad this euro dollar is finally making some moves. It's been pretty choppy, and now we're seeing some good activity here. Best of luck, guys. Make sure to follow me on Twitter at DayTradersFX.